Hi there everyone, I hope you're having a really great day. In my video today, I want to take a look at being able to create a book for KDP without having to have access to any paid software. Now, usually when I make my books, I have got a few subscriptions now, and I do plan to share those with you in future videos. But if you are just starting out, you have absolutely no money, but you do have a computer, then I'm going to show you how you can go through, create a book, get it uploaded to KDP. This will be a low content book, but it is a great way to get yourself started if this is what you want to do. And then if you do sell the books, maybe you can put that money toward some of the subs, or maybe you might do some other sort of side hustle that might earn a little bit of money, and then as that comes in, you might decide to either pay for a subscription that you know they're going to use very, very well, or there might be some where you can just pay a one-off fee and then you have access to that particular piece of software and don't have to worry about this yearly payment or these monthly payments that keep coming out, because it's really hard to keep a track of them. So if you're interested in seeing how you might be able to create a KDP book from scratch without having any software being paid for, I'm going to use all free stuff today. Then stick around, I'm going to show you how. Let's jump over to the computer. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to make a brain dump planner. I think I might benefit from something else where I can have all the ideas in my head, just pop them down into some sort of planner journal. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over to the KDP calculator, and I showed this in my last video. I'm going to select it paperback with just a black and white color inside, paper type white, reading direction left to right. Yep. Measurement units, I'll do that in inches, and let me see, how about a 7 by 10 inch? That might give me a little bit, just something a little bit different. And page count, I reckon if I make this maybe 68 pages long, and I'll calculate those dimensions. So here I have the information that I need for my cover. So I'm going to download that template into my downloads file. And I know that my internal pages are going to be 7 by 10. So now I'm going to pop over to CANVA. Now CANVA can be a paid site, and I do have premium access to this one because it's the site that I really enjoy using. I use it for my thumbnails on my YouTube channels. I use it for my book covers. I also upload a bit of stuff to Etsy like wall art. So yes, we'll get into all of that another time, but that's why I'm using it. You don't need to have subscribed or bought a subscription to this software for this video today. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to select a custom size, change that to inches, and we're going to make this book 7 by 10, creating a new design. Okay, so here are my internal pages. So these are going to be the internal pages. I will make another file later using the KDP calculator cover page that I've just downloaded to do my cover. So this is just the internal pages. So for my internal pages, I'll just need to do some setting up here. So I'll definitely need some text. So I might call this my brain dump here. Okay, I can fix all this up in a second. Now I don't want to go too far up. I like these ruler lines here, and you can actually put in rulers. Where is it? I think it's this one here. How do you get your ruler down? Hang on a second, I'll just find that out. Okay, so to get the rulers down, we can just drag them down. That's, what's that, 0.136 and the bottom. I'm just going to put some lines here just inside the ones that are there. We should be okay. Just for me to know, sort of bring it in a little bit from the edge. So I think that will leave enough space. If I keep it within that, I think I'll be happy. So let's call it brain dump here. We want to put in another one that says today's date. Today's date. And then we would like, and maybe the days as well. So how about we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can circle those. I'll put that up here somewhere. And then for my brain dump, I want to have things to remember. So let's go things to remember. I might do that in capitals, so things to remember. Oh gee, my typing's bad today, isn't it? Things to remember. Definitely want to have that in there. Things to remember. Things what I want to tackle next. What I want to tackle next. I might put that down there. Maybe something random things. So random things on my mind. Events, appointments, things to remember, anything else I know, projects, and maybe a bit of a to-do list. So there we go, to-do list. Now I'm going to select all of that and come up here and choose a font. So yes, you can, if you go off and you click and drag, or if you don't click and drag, if you just click on something, hold down the shift key and select. Okay, you can select everything that way. Oops, missed that one. What's going on there? It's just being difficult. Okay, and this is how you can group things as well. Got to remember to keep your finger on the shift key. Sorry, I'm doing this twice. There we go. So I could go right click and group, or there's a little thing that comes up here at the top to group them if that's where you want them to stay. I don't, I just want to group them because I want to look at different fonts. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. Maybe that one. What's that? Babas New. That might be okay actually. So let's leave it at that one. So let's move these around a little bit. So days, today's date. Well, it's not dates, it's date. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, things to remember. I'm going to start moving these around. Just might zoom in a little bit more. Things to remember. So this is the sort of layout. And Canva's good in a way because you can see how it's being very intuitive here in lining things up for you, so that's always really cool too. So things to remember, random things on my mind, projects, to-do list, I might leave those ones down there. Okay, and what I want to tackle next. And so you can see it's lining everything up along the sides. Let's take a look at that. Okay, now I need to put in, I could put boxes here, but I do need to put lines so that I can have a spot to fill all these things in. So I might just use lines. So if you go over here to elements, pick out a line. Now the thickness of this line is quite thick. If you come up here, you'll see that there's a thick, middle size and a thin line. You can hit your line style there. And you can either have it sort of dashed or hyphened along, so those will make it change. And it's still quite thick there. I just want a single line. So look at the line weight, and if you take it down to sort of like a line weight of 2, I might even go 1. And then hit enter. You'll notice the line changes. And another good trick is to actually make the line sort of like a light grey. So it's there, you can see it when you are looking at your journal, but it's not in your face, kind of bolded. So let's take this line up here and let's move it across to about there. There's one little gap in the middle. And I'm going to control V, sorry, control, why do you want that? That's the song I used in my last clip, take that away. Control copy, so control C, control V, and then bring that down, control V, do the same, control V, okay, control V. See what I'm doing here, and if I do just move them around so you can see that they're not all quite level there, that's fine. I'm going to do my little trick again where I go and I highlight them. And up here where there is a position at the top header, if you click on position, you can see over here there's an arrange tab. You can arrange them vertically, so if I hit that, that fixes up the spaces in between the lines. And then I want to group this. So here, just above, you can see it's all still highlighted. There's a group there. I'm going to hit that. That means that I now have got all of those lines together. They're all grouped together. They're not going to move apart. And now I can control copy that block of lines, control V, and I get a whole section that I can then copy and paste across. And I can do that across my project. So random things. And again, Canva's doing quite an intuitive thing there. Control V. I might just give that one 2 boxes there so I can use events, appointments. I'm probably going to have random things on my mind. Events, appointments, projects to do. Yep, that's fine. So bring one of those down for projects, one for to do. And you could set yours out anyway. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. You might have something else that you want to pop in your brain dump that might be different. Now, whoops, too many lines. So I'm going to ungroup. I'm going to take out this line and probably that one as well, actually. I'm going to highlight them again and group. And so that just gives me a little bit of room underneath that heading. Control copy, control V, and bring that one across here. All right, so how's that looking? I'll just zoom back out. So brain dump here. I don't know if I like the title there. All right, so I've got today's date, events, appointments, things on my own projects, what I want to tackle next. I think that's a really nice layout. I don't think I like the brain dump here. Maybe, what could I say instead? Brain dump. Maybe just brain dump. And I might just make that a little bit smaller. You know what? I'm not going to have it at all. I'm going to take that out. And then I'm going to move this up. And I'm going to move that up. So the idea, just zoom in again, sorry. The idea here, make sure it's lined up properly, is to, when you have the months or the days like that, you just circle them when you're doing a diary. And then I'm going to just grab another line. And I'm just going to put that, oh, what are you doing, you silly thing? Ah. Let's try again. Let's do a weight of 1. Enter. Let's try and get that leveled up. It can be really frustrating to work with Canva sometimes with things like that. So here, let me see. What can I do to fix that? There. Just use the other side and then drag it down. Drag this back up. What are you doing, you stupid thing? Oh, hang on. I know what it's doing. this today's date is connected somehow to this one. Ah! All right, come on, get rid of that again. Let's move you over. Let's put another line in. You know, you can laugh sometimes. If you think this is funny, let me know in the comments if you do things like this. I might be making it look really that much harder than what it needs to be, but okay, so go on, up, up, up. If you've got a trick for this, and you can let me know. Oh God, now I've connected to this one. Hang on. Let's undo. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, let's go this way and go that way and move that across and get this and move it in here and try and line it up. No, and I don't want it to connect. Hang on a second. Let's move this up a bit more. Move this over a bit more. Today's date. Geez, that was a lot harder than what it needed to be. And I'll just move that in so that we can move that across. And I think, oh, thank goodness. All right. So that is my internal page. Now, because my journal is going to be 68 pages and I want this on every single page, all I'm going to do is come up here and you can duplicate the page and away you go. Okay. The other way to do that is down here in this right hand corner, there's a little grid view. If you click on that grid view, you can see the page there. If you go Control D, and you just keep doing that, you can keep going all the way up to 68 pages this way. It just saves you some time. What am I up to? Oops, 64, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. All right, so there's 68 pages of brain dump internal pages. Now this is going to be downloaded as my manuscript. So up here at the top, I'm going to click on Share, Download, and it's going to be downloaded as PDF print. Okay, and then I'm going to download. And it will go ahead and do its little thing. Now we need to think about the cover page. Okay, so let's go back to Canva and I want to create a design. Now I want to do a custom size, so to find that out I need to go back to this file that I downloaded from the KDP calculator. Now I've unzipped this file, for some reason it's down here, so I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to upload this to Canva shortly, but here it tells me that my 7x10 book cover overall dimensions are here, 14.403, 10.250. So I'm just going to jot that down on a piece of paper so you're getting a little bit of insight into my workflow here. So hang on a second. So we've got 14.403, 10.250 are the overall dimensions. So just close an X out of that, go back into Canva, custom size, inches, the width is going to be 14.403, the height is 10.250, create a new design. And there we have it. And I want to go to uploads, upload files, and I want to grab this one here and open it. And then I'm going to add it in over here. And you can have it sit over the top and you can see that it fits there neatly. Alright, so that's our kind of neatly anyway. There we go. So this is our cover page. This gives us those dimensions that we need for being able to create a cover that is going to fit on this brain dump planner properly. Now I'm going to just go to here and just transparency that a little bit. Then we have to work out how we're going to design this cover. So that is a very good question. I think the very first thing I'm going to do is grab a shape. So remember, I have to do this with the free version so that you don't have to pay for any of this if you're copying me. And I hope that you are copying along so you can, and you are actually learning something. That would be a really nice thing to know. So I'm going to choose a shape. Okay, so I'm going to click and I'm going to drag this shape over the top. This is going to be a color for my cover. This is the start anyway, okay? And I'm going to make it, so I've just come up here to where the color picker is. I want to make it a pretty pink color. Let's see. Ooh, hang on. So many choices. Which one will I have? Oh, that's a bit bright. Maybe that one. Okay, just bear with me. So I'm going to go with that. And then I'm going to go back to elements. And I'm going to type in brain. Well, not Brian. Brain. And here we've got some graphics. Now I'm just going to go see all for brains. Anything that's got one of these little king crowns on it, that's pro. All right, so you do need the paid version for those, but I actually really like this one here, and it's not a paid one, so I'm going to grab that. I'm just going to plonk it over here for a second, and then I want to find out what the hex key is for gold. So I'm just going to go to Google. And if you don't know what a hex code is, each color has got like 6, it has a combination of letters and numbers in it called a hex code. So if we go here, we can have a look for the hex code for gold is this, FDD 700, okay? So that's kind of, I want metallic gold. Here we go, gold metallic. Let's try that. So I'm going to copy that. Go back into Canva, and here where it has the color, I'm going to click where it says add new color, and down here you'll see a little hex code there. Can you see that? I am going to paste the one that I've just copied, and now I have metallic gold, and you'll notice that my little brain has changed to color. Now I'm going to have this right in the middle, but I'm going to use a combination of geometric shapes and lines to decorate this cover. Let me see. Circles. What have we got for circles? Do I want circles, or do I want straight lines, or do I want diagonal lines? What have we got for diagonal lines? Diagonal lines. Let's have a look. Okay. They're both pro. Alright, let's go down and see what else we got here that isn't. Oh, hello, look at this one. That doesn't have a crown. Alright, so I'm going to, ooh, no, hang on a minute, I'm going to think about this, because, yeah, that's okay. I'm going to have the lines going probably about that, I reckon. So let's go copy, paste. Let's see if I can get them to line up. Ooh, yeah. Paste. So I'm just going to keep going so I go all the way across. Paste again. Okay, so good. So far so good. And then I'm going to click on the first one, shift, click, shift, and keep the shift key down, click, click, because I want to group them. So now I've got them as a group. Wonderful. Then I'm going to control copy that group, paste that group. Now let's see if I'm lucky going this way. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe no, maybe no. Oh, hello, there we go. So I'm going to click on that one and hold the shift and click on that one and group those ones, and then I'm going to just paste again, and I'm going to, yay, all right, click on that one, click on the one I've grouped, group them all. So now I've got big diagonal section here. Okay, it doesn't matter if it doesn't line up the edges because it's going over the edge there, that's fine. And I'm going to make this border weight, I don't know if I can change it to, I know what's going on, it's going to have to be black, and I didn't want it to be black. Oh, hang on. Okay, let's go here. Gold. I can do it gold. Okay, let's go. I wonder if I've got to do each section. Oh, this is going to be painful. All right, just bear with me. I've got to click on each section. It's not going to do the whole lot all together. All right, let's make all this gold. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to do this once and then we can turn it around. Okay, gold, gold, gold. Oh. All right. Uh-oh, I see a problem. What do I... No, it's all good. It's all good, no problems. Nothing to see here. All right, now I'm going to take a big drag of that. Actually, I might bring the brain back in a second. Let's take that, control copy. No, that's not what I wanted. I want all of these gold ones to be copied. Control V, paste. There we go. All right, now I'm going to spin it. That's right, I'm going to spin it. How do I spin it? Oh, here we go. There it is. There we go. That's a bit of movie magic there. I'm just going to move out a little bit. And there we go. That looks pretty cool. All right. Now, I'm not too worried about the bits and pieces. It's looking a bit rustic there. That's okay. I don't know if I quite like that coloured pink on there. So if I'm going to change that, I click up here. So I've just clicked on my work, go to position, and then this time go into layers. So you'll see there my two layers of the diagonals. If I click here, that's highlighted the layer that is the pink. And I'm going to go back in and see if I can choose, oh, hello, a different sort of pink. Oh, you know what? I don't mind that. I do not mind that at all. Okay. And then if I go to position, yeah, and position, I'm just mucking around here. Okay, is that going to make it? I might go this one again. Ah, there we go. Going to make them look a little bit more square. Yep. Right, now I want to bring that brain back in, but before I do that, I'm going to add another square element here to put the little brain in. And I'm going to make it pink, but this time I'm going to choose my pink, and then I'm going to go in, I'm going to leave it like that, that's fine, and I'm going to round the edges. I wonder if I can round the edges. Shape, there we go, and then I'm going to find my brain. That sounds funny, doesn't it? And I'm going to change it to gold. There we go. Now in a minute I'm going to have to go in and find, I'm going to copy that again too. So I've just highlighted the pink, control, actually no, I'm going to go, yeah I am, control copy, control V. So now I have two of these pink things. Hang on. No, control copy, control V, there we go. And I'm going to make that slightly darker, maybe not that dark. Go back to position, and I'm going to pop that down underneath the other one to create a bit of a shadow. Okay. Now I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit more, but I'm going to bring in the other element here because I want to grab this title back and have a little look at where that's all sitting, because I want this to be in the middle. Okay, so I can see that it's down a little bit, so I'll just move that back down, maybe here, and that way I can move these things so that that is in between layers now, so it's above the gold diamonds, but it's allowing me to move these components around. So I'm going to put the brain up here. Make it just so that I get it right in the center of that frame. All right, you can see where the spine is going to be, so you can use it as your guide. And then I'm going to bring this one here forward, make it fit over, because I'm just going to have that shadow off that one side. Just a little bit, just so that it looks like it's a bit 3D. There we go. Now I'm zooming in again just to double check all of that. I know I'm rushing this, but not really rushing it. I'm just, here we go. There we go. There, just a little bit like that. And that's right in the middle. Good. Let's go back to position. Let's move this right out of the way now in behind. And there we have a cover. So this cover has to be downloaded as a PDF print as well. Now, I have noticed that there are some places where it's joined up. Can you see if I zoom in? You can see where you've got like these lines. Some people might not like that, but you know what? I'm going to play on that a little bit. I'm going to come up here to elements and I'm going to type in textures, and let's have a look. Let's see all. Do we have a texture? Oh, hello, there we go. So this one here is not a paid, and if we move that across, so I'm just highlighting it and making that quite large, and then I'm going to position that in under that. There we go. Now it all looks like it's meant to be that way. Fixed. Share, download, PDF print, download. So if I head across to my downloads folder now, you'll see that I have these are the internal pages. So let's just open that up and have a look. Yep, so that's the internal. And now I have this untitled design, and that is the cover. Actually, I might just put in here brain dump cover if I don't look after my files, and I'll call this one brain dump internal. Otherwise, when I save them on my computer, I never know what's what. If I open up brain dump cover, there we go, there's the cover. So both of those have been made in Canva, and now we are ready to head across and upload them into KDP. So that's the next step. So I've just headed into my KDP dashboard, and when you get your account ready to go, you'll see this, and underneath will be a list of your books. Okay, and you want to click on this create button, which will take you to the next page so that you can begin putting in all the details for your uploaded book. It's actually nice. I just have to tell you, I've just come in here and I checked reports up the top, and I actually sold a book. I'm actually pretty cool, pretty chuffed about that. I made another sale today. Add that to my 31 bucks. All right. Okay, so I've hit create, and now you get to this page, and I'm going to create a paperback, and my book title is Brain Dump Journal. Get those ideas down before you forget. That's going to be the name of my book. I'm not going to add it to a series. I am going to use my author pen name, which for journals I just use as a Jane. And then a description. So this is a 68-page brain dump journal that includes space for jotting down all those ideas and tasks that you need to tackle in your life. There is space for events, appointments, and working out what you need to work on next. Ta-da! Alright, I own the copyright. Yes, I do. Are there any sexually explicit images? No. I'm going to put them in Amazon.com, and now I need to choose some categories. So in categories, let's have a look. We've got, what do you know, self-help, journal writing, motivational. Is there anything here? Time management. Yes, I think that would be one. Add another category. What else did they have in self-help? Memory improvement. Maybe. General, maybe. Yeah, it's not, well, it kind of is because you're planning. Well, let's go general. Yeah, maybe. And here, maybe crafts, hobbies. What did they have in here? Creative design. Not really. Business and money, arts, photography. No, maybe I will. I'll go back down to self-help and I'll choose motivational. Okay, let's see. So they can be the categories. It's a low content book because it has not a lot of text, minimal text in there. And keywords, journal for noting ideas. I might just call it for what it is, which is a brain dump journal. A gift for people who are disorganized. Ways, journal for keeping yourself organized. A planner. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Can always come back and add more if you need to. Let me see. Publication date can stay there. Not eligible. Save and continue. Published without an ISBN. That's right, because it's low content and they don't require an ISBN, so I don't need to do that. I just want it black and white with white paper. You've got to select a size here, and we did 7 by 10 inches. Bleed, PDF only. Let's just do bleed. And do I want a matte or a glossy cover? I reckon that would be a lovely glossy cover with the pink and the gold. And here is where you can upload your manuscript and your cover. So let's upload the manuscript first. Sorry, it's just off the screen here, but this is the internal pages that I'm just putting in. I just had my screen recording software narrowed in on what you can see in KDP, so I apologize for that. So it's going to do some uploading, and then here I don't want to use their cover creator. I'm going to upload a cover I already have. I'm going to find my brain dump cover and open that. And then you can say, yep, it's got there, so it's uploaded. Should see the cover come up here once it's uploaded. Now Amazon is collecting information about artificial intelligence. I wonder where they're going to go with that, but so that's an interesting concept in its own. Did I use any AI? No. And then you have to do this launch previewer. So this is a way for you to go through a check, and it may give you some errors. If there's any errors in your manuscript or your cover, it will tell you. So you launch the previewer. It takes a little while to get itself sorted so it can show you. So prepare those files. While it's doing that, I might just widen the screen a little bit. Oh, no, sorry, it's here. I will widen the screen now, hang on a second. So here is a quality check. Now, sometimes when you upload, it might tell you that your margins might be out or something's wrong with the book. So you do get a little bit of an idea there, but you also get to have a look through it here using these arrows across. So looking here, I can see that everything was within that safe zone that I created when I made this one up in Canva. And if I flick through, that should be the same right through all of those 68 pages. That should be fine. And then down here, you can approve it. Now, if you do get an error message, you just exit out of that print preview. You might need to go into Canva, change some settings there if you needed, and then upload your manuscript or your cover again. Interestingly to note, you do get an email that will come up and will tell you if something's wrong. I'll show you that at the end of this video. I'm going to approve that. That looks great. And then it will take you back to this one. Everything looks good, and it gives you an idea of how much Amazon is going to have to use to print. So I'm going to save and continue, and this takes you to the cost per unit of your books. So here we go. So Amazon.com tells you is a minimum of $4.73 on this book. So let's see. $6.99 is usually what I put on my journals. That gives me a royalty of $1.35. I'm here in Australia. How much is that going to be? So I might take that up to $11.99. I might just add on 8 cents. So $10.91. People like rounded numbers here in Australia. I know I do. Actually, if I make it 90. Okay, $11.99. Yep. So I'm not going to make a whole lot in royalties from this book, but then again, if 50 people buy it, that's a good profit. I got to, thinking positively again. So once you've done all of that, then you hit publish your paperback book, and it will be put back into your where are the other books. I'll show you. Alrighty, so publish. We're going to hit that. It will save it. So it gives you an idea here, brain dump journal, get those ideas down before you forget. I'm so glad I didn't make any spelling mistakes there. And then when you close that off, you can publish it as a Kindle book, but there'd be no point for this particular one. And then you'll see it here in your list. So all your books will be here, and it will say in review. So it's in for publishing, and it's currently in review. It usually takes about 72 hours for the people at Amazon, or the bots at Amazon, and people as well, to have a look, make sure everything is fine, and then it will change to live, and then you'll be able to, there'll be a link here that says view on Amazon, and you can see which marketplace you wanted to view it on, and Bob's your uncle. Now, speaking of emails, let me just get that and show you. I've just gone into my Gmail. So this is an email from Amazon that they've sent me, and they've said that they've checked my files, they've found some issues, and they've let me know that I have made a mistake here with my interior, and I need to add some extra width on to my interior pages to ensure that my manuscript extends beyond the edge of the page. So I need to make a note of that, and then I will need to go in to Canva and make those changes to that book and re-upload it again. So you'll either get an email that says this, or you may get an email like this which says that congratulations, your dot grid journal is published on Amazon, and then it tells you how long it's going to take to become available, and when your ebooks, how they link, how it appears on the detail page. Looking inside the book, you don't get that option for low content, but if you did a book that contained a lot of content, you can absolutely get a look inside the book. You can also order copies once it goes up. You can look at your author pages. So I can go through all this sort of stuff with you because I have made an author page. And I did have an ebook up the other day, which was fun to do for something different. So they're the two emails that you'll get through. One will either ask you to fix something up, or you might get a congratulations, it's live and it's going to sell. Woohoo! So there you go. That's how you may create a book. Just using Canva and the components in Canva without having to lay out any extra money or extra funds. It can be done, and if you've got a little bit of design credo, then you can certainly design your pages using things like geometric shapes and lines and so forth. Just be careful with some of the Canva images. I know I've used the little brain, I've changed it up with the color, and I think that will be okay, because when you have a premium or a pro account with Canva, you can use those images, but just, yeah, be very mindful. The other option would be is to make a little sketch or do a drawing and then use that. I'm trying to use, and I'll probably talk about this another time, but I'm trying to use things that I have created myself rather than images that I get online, because I don't want to fall into any trouble down the track. So that little brain for me should be okay. It should be okay for you too, because it's come straight out of Canva without requiring a pro account. So, but just be a little mindful of that. That being said, if that was just to be an issue, instead of using that little brain drawing, you could actually just write brain dump journal or brain journal or something like that instead. Still keep it in those two little pink frames, but just name it up as brain journal and just use text. Maybe use the gold text. So there are options there that you can work around that and still have something that's a bit original, a bit of an original product. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and that it has given you a little bit more confidence to be able to go in and know how you can use the KDP calculator and Canva to create a low content book for your initial start and journey into KDP. If you enjoy what I do, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, because I'll keep trying to bring videos like this to you. Hopefully be very helpful, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.